This is how to stop dying in mid-game during tournaments. Obviously this applies to any game mode, but today I'll be breaking down the most recent solo Cash Cup. I'm going to show you guys the fights that I pushed and the fights where I got pushed and either disengaged or was forced to make a play on a nutty W keyer. And I hate it when YouTubers waffle instead of helping, so off the rip I'm just going to give you the 3 main tips, and then the rest of the video is going to be me applying those in real Cash Cup scenarios. So tip 1 is when you get beamed and they start W keying you, ditch the cones inside of your box when creating space and instead place a stair behind your head. The reason you do this is if a W keyer takes your wall first try, there's another piece they have to go through. If they phase in through your wall, there's another piece they have to go through. And if you are so weak that they just have to bleed one shot through, well, now they can't because there's another piece they have to go through. It sounds easy and obvious to place a stair behind your head, but when you have the adrenaline pumping and you can't actually see if it placed since you're going fast and looking the other direction, it kind of gets worrying because you just have to trust that it got placed. Since if you turn around to check, you've probably wasted enough time where they may have already shot out that second piece, since all pieces this season spawn in as a one shot to a pump. So just keep expanding outwards and stairs behind your head, and eventually you'll get enough boxes. I like practicing this in 1v2 realistics because most of the time you're on the ropes and they're trying to bleed shots through, so it works really well for practicing. Even if you're going to use this skill in obviously a solo Cash Cup, 1v2 still works really well. And since I'm mentioning maps, you can also check out my map, which is a very unique 1v1 map, and I'll be playing you guys on stream today, which is literally probably going on right now because I'm going live at 2 p.m. PST, which might be like right now, so Twitch linked below. But tip 2 is don't go for counter damage so early. I see a lot of people try and get counter damage in, but sometimes they'll be in a 1v1, maybe on the ground or elevated on top of a build fight, but the second you go for that edit shot, especially in a 1v1, you're probably cooked. They might take your wall or phase in and you're dead, even if you hit them for a lot. So you need to be playing in at least 2x2s, ideally behind another piece. And the point is, it takes a decent amount of time to get these builds together and have these pieces healthy enough, let them build out so you have that sense of safety. And a lot of times when you get a big structure going, 2 things happen. The first is the enemy gets annoyed and is going to make an aggressive but possibly stupid play. And the second is the enemy is now so used to you continuing to expand your boxes that they won't be as ready for an edit shot, preferably a double edit shot. In circumstances like that, they'll probably have their pickaxe out. Okay, and tip number 3 is to avoid getting W keyed, sometimes you need to be the one to start on the offensive. It gets annoying when you're constantly getting beamed and playing from behind, so sometimes you need to be the one to get the first beam in and push, because you'll be able to recognize what fights you can win from a distance actually, because either you get the health advantage on them by beaming them, or you see that they're boxed up in wood, or they might just be moving like a bot and not checking their surroundings. So in these instances, push and fight. And also, nothing is saying you can't disengage too. If you bit off more than you can chew and they're actually really good, or you have a big structure where you can hide, then you can do that too if it calls for it. Okay, those are the tips, so now let's show you these in practical application. And if this is making sense so far, please invest into the channel and use code reidtheninja or another small creator's code to help out. But here we are in the Cash Cup, and I get absolutely beamed. I thought I was gonna be fine since I was on the very edge of the map, like, what are you doing out here? But I guess I was out here too. But either way, I got beamed and now I needed to build up. So I try going for some counter damage, but obviously I'm not in the 1v1 or anything. However, I still do get hit big. So now I'm in a weird position. This guy's on my wall. I try to get a stair underneath him, but he is able to take my wall. And this is exactly why you shouldn't only be in a 1v1, because I had another box next to me that I could fall back into immediately. So once I fall back into this box, I'm pretty sure that this guy is going to start swinging his pickaxe again, so I take this opportunity to get some counter damage in, and it's actually just a headshot kill. However, it doesn't last for long because I'm instantly pushed by a third party. Like, what is everyone doing on this side of the map? I instantly try to elevate, that's just a good idea to do in most situations, and I get on top of him so I'm able to pop some splashes, reload, but eventually he does knock me down and I'm able to try and go for a shot, but it doesn't work. So we kind of go back and forth, trading good plays, damage here and there, and it's kind of dragging on a lot. But my main goal is to survive, so I'm okay spending a lot of mats. Even though I am in the Cash Cup, I'm spending as many as I can because I need to survive this to be able to get even further. But realize I didn't say I need to kill this guy to get even further. I just need to stay alive and continue spending mats, because if there's enough mats spent in enough of a structure, I might be able to go back down and hide in there and use it to my advantage, which is exactly what I do, and this guy just leaves. moves. The psychology behind this is if there's enough structures, the enemy doesn't really want to start swinging at each individual cone or stair or wall when you might be hiding behind it with your edit at the ready. So oftentimes for W keyers and their psychology, they might just let this one go. Especially because if they didn't visibly see where you dropped down to, you might have just dropped all the way down and crouch walked away. Okay, so in this one, I'm just farming up this boat and I see this guy gliding right towards me. Now, what a lot of passive players would do is stop breaking the boat and try to hide and maybe try to assume that they didn't see them. But come on guys, who are we kidding? That's just stupid. If this guy is a W keyer, he's going to W key you. So you need to get damage on him. And if you shoot him in the sky and he swerves off, then that means he probably wasn't going to W key you anyway, and now he's just going to leave you alone. So in circumstances like this, just absolutely get damage on them. And in this case, this guy was a W keyer because he continued to push me. The rest of the fight was kind of sus, I'm not even gonna lie, but I was able to kill him because I had that health advantage on him. Okay, so I'm in a situation where I'm getting pushed by a third party and he hasn't gotten any damage on me yet. So I am pretty low, only 110 health, but he doesn't know that. So I'm trying to put on the front that I'm healthy and going to play aggressive. So I should probably just heal here. I have minis and big pots. That's what I should do, but this guy did just get out of a fight, so that's kind of the reason that I'm being a little too aggressive here. I get absolutely blessed and he falls down into this hole, but somehow hits me big, but it doesn't matter. You're in a hole. The only thing that I can see is your head, so that's what I'm gonna hit, and I get 2 shots and killed. As this is happening, someone else sneaks up on the other side of the dam for another fight, and I'll show you that in a second, but thank you to Eneba for sponsoring this video. I know when I get burnt out from Fort, I love browsing cheap games to play something else, and recently I found this platform that has indie and AAA titles. 40,000 products from games to DLC, and they're all cheap, countless deals, and it's on any platform. So when me and the boys are midnight scrolling for something, I actually don't feel bad about taking a chance on a game that could be a one and done, with the chance that it turns into one of those gems that I don't see the sunlight because of Among Us and Helldivers. So do your research, find the game, but they got a remarkable Trustpilot score, and thank you again to Eneba for sponsoring this video. So you know how I said you can tell from a distance what players you want to engage in? This is one of these players. I can see he's looking through his wood cone, and as we know, wood is the weakest material, so that means I can get instantly into his box if I just break this out. So that's exactly what I do, and because I have the gold pump, I know this is going to be a quick fight. A couple tags, 2 pumps, and he's already dead. Maybe he was really good, maybe that was Peterbot, who knows, but just the fact that he was looking through a wooden cone meant I had enough reason to push. Okay, so here's an instance where I get snuck up on and shot, but I'm always trying to make space and I'm not going for counter damage too early. I want to get enough of a structure going where I have places to fall back into before I'm ready to make that step. Like, I'm probably on the 3rd or 4th layer by now. I have multiple adjacent boxes, and this is finally when I decide to go for counter damage. And it makes him completely back off. I kind of hide in the structure a bit while he goes away, and that's another fight avoided. Again, I'm probably streaming right now and playing with the viewers that join up, so catch the stream link below on Twitch starting at 2 p.m. PST, and of course, invest in the channel if this helped or was entertaining. And please use code reidtheninja or another small creator's code to help out the Fortnite community. But back to the tournaments though, if you've struggled in the Cash Cup for more reasons other than W keyers, check out this video next to help out with learning the new meta, what to carry, rotates, etc. Thanks for watching, my name is reidtheninja and I'm signing off.